Hello and welcome to the Stonemeyer Minute. Hello and welcome to Stalking Stegmeyer. That doesn't sound good. Hello and welcome to The Mill. I am your host, Dusty Crane. Today we are going to talk about My Little Scythe, and specifically the Easter eggs that have been discovered so far. The first, it may be obvious, but the animals in My Little Scythe are also the animals represented in Scythe. We have oxes and eagles and monkeys, and so that's Easter egg number one. That's one that we talked about in the forums, and talking to Hobie, he mentioned that not everyone has picked up on that, so it warranted mentioning. Walter and Biddy, the two seekers from the Wild Tiger Kingdom, are representative of the Rusviet faction, Olga's Siberian Tiger Changa. Speaking of Walter and Biddy, Jamie's cats are also featured in a quest card in My Little Scythe called Covert Critters, where you can see them hiding out in trees and running around. Alright, let's stick with animal eggs for a minute. Animal eggs? Sure. Easter eggs as they relate to animals. In the top left-hand corner of the game board, there is an orca jumping out of the lake, and that is a call out to where Hobie grew up in the Pacific Northwest, a place that I've also been told is where Rise of Fenris designer Ryan also grew up. For the next few Easter eggs, let's point ourselves to past Stonemeyer titles because there are a handful of references in My Little Scythe. The first of the board game reference Easter eggs is in the top left-hand corner of the board right by the orca jumping out of the water, and that is the Green Zeppelins of the Icarite faction from Euphoria, Build a Better Dystopia. If you're hoping that the Icarites showing up in My Little Scythe means that there is an expansion in the works from Euphoria, you are correct. Morton, the lead from Team Automa, has mentioned that he is working on Euphoria Ignorance is Bliss, and the Stonemeyer release catalog in the newsletter shows a Q1 2019 release. The second board game Easter egg is on the right-hand side of the board by the pie track, and that is a pumpkin house in the style of Charterstone. Is there a reason that the pumpkin house is by the pie track? I guess we'd probably have to ask My Little Scythe artist, Katie Cow, to be sure. The next board game reference is a call out to viticulture. There is a quest card in My Little Scythe called Test of Strength, and you can see two of the seekers arm wrestling, and they are knocking over a wine glass, and there are grapes to kind of firmly establish that it is a wine glass. This is a family game, Hobie. It's probably just grape juice. Finally, My Little Scythe has a call-out to the Stonemeyer title that shared its release date, and that is Scythe, The Return of Fenris. There is a card, a quest card, that says The Rise of Sir Neff, and Sir Neff, backwards, is Fenris. You can see a character that's veiled, and you get a silhouette, and you only have an idea of who he is, and anyone who's played the campaign for The Rise of Fenris probably has a pretty good idea of who that character is. And I'm just speculating here, but I have a feeling that Sir Neff will be a part of the expansion that's coming out. I think it's fair to say it's coming out, right? I mean, our game trays in the box has a space for four more seekers, two for each faction. So I think we're going to see more of Sir Neff. The first Easter egg hint I will give you is that as a call out to the game that My Little Scythe was based on, and that is Scythe. So check out Scythe, check out My Little Scythe, and see if you can't figure out what that Easter egg is. The second one is a call out to My Little Scythe's printed play roots. As many of you know, My Little Scythe was based on a My Little Pony version of the game that Hobie put together with his daughter Vienna. And so you can find an Easter egg related to those roots somewhere in the game. Did you find any Easter eggs that I missed? If so, be sure to leave a comment below. And that is it for me. Thanks for watching the inaugural, the kickoff video of The Mill. Your second camera is messing me up. Wow, is this so hard? There are a handful of call-outs in My Little Scythe. What are you laughing at?
It sounded like you said cow-outs.
Damn it. I probably did. The first of the board... This is ridiculous. Like, I'm sweating ridiculous, aren't I?
I can't tell.
Okay, good. If everyone watches it on their phone, I think we'll be all right. My little Fenris. I can't look over at my notes.